Hi, it's May here. Someone recently asked me, how do you identify and deal with a career limiting boss? You know, a bad boss. And it made me think back on my own career and realize just how hard it is to be a good boss and how easy it is to be a bad boss without even realizing it sometimes. So, thinking back over this 24 years of experience and now coaching people, I have come up with the following 7 types of career limiting or bad bosses. And then we'll talk about the 4 strategies for dealing with this. So, the first kind of bad boss is one that is ineffective. This is somebody who is indecisive or is just not able to get things done, or it could be somebody who is just too nice and people walk all over them. The second kind of bad boss is one who wastes your time, and time's the only thing we can't get back. So this might be somebody who is disorganized or who is just so insecure and perfectionist that they make people do lots of work that never gets used. I did that. The third kind of bad boss is one that doesn't give you autonomy. They want things done their way. They micromanage. I did that too. Or they value face time more than results. The fourth kind of bad boss is one that is simply a jerk. They're just mean. They might be a drill sergeant and bark at you all the time in front of everybody else, or they like to rule by fear. I had some bosses like that. Or they might even pit people against each other within the same team. That can be limiting. The fifth kind of bad boss is one that undermines you. They might actually take your ideas and label them as their own without giving you any credit. They might talk badly about you behind your back, and it might not just be you, it might be the whole team. Or they might be gatekeepers, people that want to have all the conversations with senior people and with clients all by themselves and not give others junior to them an opportunity. And those are all really career limiting. The sixth kind of bad boss is one who is unpredictable. At least with those other 5 that we just talked about, if they're consistent, you can generally find a strategy to handle that. But if they're unpredictable, you never know whether you're going to get Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde, and that can be really disconcerting. And then the 7th kind of bad boss is one who has checked out. They are no longer interested in advancing their own careers, and they're certainly not interested in advancing yours. And that to me is one of the worst kinds. And I've been most, if not all, of the other 6, usually not on purpose, but by accident without realizing it until later. But I have never been that 7th kind, the checked out kind. And I find that's really soul destroying. So let's talk about 4 strategies you can employ. First, you can muddle through. Most people muddle through. Nothing wrong with muddling through, except that you are going to feel more and more of this negative energy, and it's just going to start crushing you down. I mean, you can just, the body language you have is going to change. And if you leave it long enough, it's going to just feel so disempowering. So be careful with that one. But that is a perfectly valid strategy. Second strategy is you can help your boss change. This, however, is very rare to find. It's very rare to find a boss who wants to change and wants you to help them change. So if you have a boss who's open to your input and advice, then go for it and just be really generous with them. Use positive words only. Look forward, and what Marshall Goldsmith calls feed forward. Tell them what they can do to be even better, or don't talk about what they did in the past. Talk about, if you did this, then it would make the team even more productive, or whatever it might be. Then the third strategy is to change your own approach and mindset and way of thinking. This is probably the most empowering and positive strategy, because you can control what you do and don't do and what you say and don't say. You can't change others, you can change yourself. And even that can be hard. So go out and ask mentors for advice, because they'll know your organization better, or the situation. Maybe they've been through exactly what you've been through before. Reframe the way you think about your work. Challenge yourself to take responsibility by asking another Marshall Goldsmith question, which is, did I do my best today to be a productive member of the team? Did I do my best today to be happy at work? Did I do my best to, and then fill in the blank of what you wanted, how you want to reframe. And then also go out there and build your network. Build your network outside of your group and outside of your reporting line. And that's really going to pay dividends in terms of the breadth of your experience, the breadth of people you can learn from, and also the opportunity set that you can bring to the work itself, and also to possibly finding some more joyful work going forward. Which brings us to the fourth strategy, which is you can always leave. The only way to fire a bad boss is to quit. And you only want to do this when you've exhausted all other avenues and feel good and ready to go. So that is always an option open to you. Now, I'd love to hear what you think about these bad boss categories and how you found it most effective to deal with any bad bosses that you may have had. So leave me a comment below. I'd love to hear from you, and I bet it'll really help other people too. So go on and leave that comment. Now, if you're watching this from anywhere other than my blog, head on over to maybusch.com/blog, and I look forward to welcoming you there.